So an update on what's coming on the channel. We've got the 600 subscriber Q&A coming later today. We've got baseball highlights on the way as well. And then some NASCAR Heat 3 stuff, and the NPCS Atlanta race is in the works. So as you've already seen, we've had 3 Christmas games. We've shown highlights of all of them. Celtics and Timberwolves. The Celtics went into Minnesota and got a solid victory. LeBron James left with an injury in the Lakers-Warriors game, just like in real life, but the Lakers weren't able to mount any sort of a comeback as the Warriors handily defeated them. And then third game, 2 best teams in the Eastern Conference, Raptors and Wizards, went to overtime. Fred VanVleet was the hero as Kawhi Leonard scored 52 points, and Toronto, hi OL, the Raptors ended up prevailing with the victory. So this is the last game of the Christmas quadruple header. The 7-5 Philadelphia 76ers against the 9-6 Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 3 40-point games, tied with James Harden for the most in the league so far this season. As for the Sixers, Fultz, Simmons, and Embiid have all been strong. So without further ado, let's get into this Christmas matchup. Let's send it down for the pregame show with Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for Milwaukee, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. Last season, a rough one for the #1 draft pick Ben Simmons, and his rookie debut delayed due to injury. Now in his second year in the league, what are we going to see from Ben Simmons here?
Well, obviously his passing and unselfishness is what got him into the league. Now we're going to see if he can be a scorer. But he has a rare kind of thing of size along with initiating an offense. Not too many guys I see.
Not only that, the whole team around gets better because he makes things easier for his teammates. You know why? Play the LSU, baby. Love Shack University.
Philadelphia could be a team on the rise.
Yes.
Devin Harlan has the call.
All right, so that was interesting to hear about Ben Simmons, who's had a very nice start to the season. Sixers didn't make the playoffs last season, but they're doing pretty well right now. Two of the best in the Eastern Conference, the Bucks and the Sixers. Giannis versus Embiid about to get started here on WUB Network, America's sports leader. So here we are at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. Last season, the Bucks were the wait, I forgot which seed they actually were. I think they were actually the 6th seed in the playoffs, but they were eliminated by Miami. Philadelphia finished 10th in the Eastern Conference, just behind the Toronto Raptors. They both missed out, just getting beaten out by fellow Atlantic Division team, the Brooklyn Nets, to get the final postseason berth. So, a very exciting Christmas game here. Joel Embiid going to be someone to watch. Remember that big game he had against the Celtics with 42 points, 28 rebounds. He'd love to do something like that again. Starting lineup, Fultz, Redick, Covington, Simmons, and Embiid, the 5 for the Sixers. Bucks going with Bledsoe, Middleton, Antetokounmpo, Ersan Ilyasova, and Brook Lopez. Coaches, Joe Prunty for the Bucks and Brett Brown for the Sixers. Brown, don't be surprised, don't be deterred by that record though, because he is a great coach. Just coached this team through a lot of bad years and now finally getting rewarded with a nice Sixers team that is bound for the playoffs. Lopez and Embiid in the cursive Christmas Day uniforms. The Bucks get it, and we are underway. Bucks in black, Sixers in red. Ersan Ilyasova sets the screen on Fultz. Here comes Bledsoe. Bledsoe loses it. A quick turnover by the Sixers. Pardon me, by the Bucks. Simmons with the steal. Here comes Robert Covington on the right wing. Back to the top of the key. Simmons. Left side, that's Redick. Redick guarded by Middleton. Redick bounce pass inside Embiid from the low block. Lopez with the defense. He stopped, kicks to the right corner. Fultz. 5 to shoot. Fultz trying to get some room. Lopez on him. Fultz the mid-range jumper. Lopez with a nice defense. No good. Rebound Ilyasova. Here comes Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo goes around the left side and throws it down. Nice start for Giannis, and it's 2-0 Bucks. We know Antetokounmpo has that explosiveness, and there it was on display as Ben Simmons, the mid-range J, rattles it home, and we're tied at 2 with a minute gone here in Milwaukee. 19 points a game, 7 assists, also a couple of steals, and 6 rebounds a game for Ben Simmons. Screen set by Lopez. Now Giannis goes around the right side, kicks back Middleton. Middleton guarded by the veteran Redick. Redick with the steal. Steals it right away from Middleton. 2-on-1 break. It'll be Redick who takes it himself and lays it in. J.J. Redick rips it out of the hands of Lopez. Nobody was catching him. And it's 4-2 Philadelphia. Couple of easy steals by the Sixers early on. So here's Antetokounmpo over to Ilyasova. Ersan Ilyasova guarded by Ben Simmons. Now over to Middleton. Middleton almost loses it. Now back Giannis. 7 to shoot for Antetokounmpo with Covington on him. Antetokounmpo trying to pivot, puts one up, and they're going to actually call traveling there as he stopped and started going again. A double dribble for the Greek Freak, and it'll be Philadelphia. Nobody coming over. It's their wing position. Shooting guard and small forward could both use an upgrade. As Middleton tries the 3, but lets the lucky bounce. So last game for the Sixers was that they lost to Dill. These Warriors, Rockets, Timber, Spurs. As Embiid can't finish, gets the foul, then makes the shot, and he'll go to the stripe for his free throw. Nice shot there by Embiid, who's now got 4 points early on. Sticking with it there. But there's a lot of changeover in the East. 2 years ago, the Pistons were the number 2 seed. Then they faded to 12th in the conference last season. Last season, we saw, of course, the Cavs, but we knew that there was going to be change with LeBron gone. But the Hornets were very strong. The Hornets have been iffy so far. The Heat have still been pretty good. The Magic have been horrible, the worst team in the NBA after being the 4 seed, eliminating the Celtics last season. Actually, they were the 5 seed, beat the 4-seeded Celtics, and then forced the Cavs to 6 games. They've fallen apart. Boston's still good. Milwaukee's still good. Washington's now incredible. And then the Nets are still maybe 8 seed at best, as Giannis' second chance doesn't go. Rebound Embiid. And then the teams that were out of the playoffs last year, first 2, Raptors and Sixers, easily going to be in the playoffs this season. Indiana probably. Detroit probably. That's already 4 new teams in the playoffs this season that right now could join Miami, Boston, Washington, and maybe Charlotte. But just a lot of turnover in this conference as Giannis drives along the baseline and lays it in. Last game was a win for the Bucks. They outlasted those Hornets 120-109 as Embiid stops and pops from 3 and rattles it home. Joel Embiid with the 3-pointer. That's already 8 points for the process, and it's 12-7 Philadelphia. Antetokounmpo inside. Brook Lopez with the slam. But as I was saying, basically, in short of that whole thing, Philadelphia and Milwaukee have holes that they still have to fix, especially the Sixers. As Simmons puts it up, can't finish, Embiid the rebound, and he gets it to fall. Then the West, you've had like the Utah Jazz coming out strong. Sonics as an expansion team have been decent so far. They're 4-6. Lakers having their holes, and now with LeBron's injury, that's going to hurt them. As Bledsoe steps back for 3, crosses over Fultz and hits the 3. It's now 14-12 Philadelphia with 7:35 to go in the first quarter. Fultz over to Simmons. Philadelphia has a very tough part of the schedule over the next couple weeks. They play a home game against the Warriors. They go to Houston. They play the East-leading Wizards. They have a game against the Raptors. They got a tough schedule coming up as Antetokounmpo cleans up Ilyasova's miss, puts it in. That's 6 points for the Greek Freak, and we're tied at 14. So we had talked about at the beginning of the game, watching Embiid versus Giannis, both of them carrying their teams early on. They've each combined now for 14 points. As Embiid, guarded by Lopez, kicks back Redick. Redick the three, it's open, no good. Embiid the rebound, can't get that one to fall though. Lopez corrals the miss. Here comes Giannis across the timeline. Giannis guarded by Covington. Here comes Antetokounmpo to the basket. Fader, no good. Rebound Lopez. He's going to be fouled from behind by Simmons. 2 shots coming for Brook Lopez. Some good offensive rebounding for both teams so far. Sixers, of course, it's been propelled by Embiid, but both Lopez and Antetokounmpo making some moves here for Milwaukee. Lopez, 11 points a game, 6 rebounds a game, has become a 3-point shooter for a big man as the first one falls. Was not like that during his long tenure with the Nets. Both fall for Lopez at the line. So now a 2-point lead for the Bucks, who are on a 7-0 run here with 6:38 to go in the first quarter. Markelle Fultz with it. Over to Simmons. Simmons into the corner. That's Covington. That's a 3, and that's good for Robert Covington. And the 76ers take a 17-16 lead. Here's Ilyasova, guarded by Ben Simmons, right behind the free throw line. Middleton gets open slightly. Now back Giannis into the corner. That's Bledsoe, who thought about the 3, decided better of it. Bledsoe's now going to pivot, drive in, spins, but stolen by Markelle Fultz. Here come the Sixers on a 3-on-1 break. Covington steps, mid-range, no good. Embiid, the putback is good. And Philadelphia leads by 3 as we're halfway through the first quarter. Joel Embiid, remember, he had a double-double in the first quarter. He had 16 points, 12 boards against the Celtics. He's having a very nice quarter, scoring and rebounding once again here in this big game. Bledsoe crossing over on Covington. Lays it up, and it's good. So, just assessing the Christmas Day games, the first one was really boring. Boston just handled Minnesota easily. Kyrie had a big game. Warriors and Lakers was interesting to see what the Lakers would do after LeBron's injuries. Redick can't finish, and it's knocked out of bounds. Milwaukee will take possession. I expect some subs to come in. But then that third game with the Wizards and the Raptors was really exciting. There you see the Bucks do not shoot that many threes, only 29%. Most of the teams were in the 30s last season with their three-pointers. I do not think there were any changes. No, there were not. Here's Antetokounmpo. Lopez, the jumper from the elbow, rattles it home, and it's 20-19 Milwaukee. Third assist there for Giannis, who's doing everything. But Giannis right now looking like one of the 3 leaders in the MVP department. As Embiid again from 3, can't get that one to go, a little too strong. Rebound on Antetokounmpo. It's Giannis, James Harden, and Kawhi Leonard right now leading the way. As Giannis throws it down, explosive to the basket. 8 points now for Antetokounmpo. 22-19 the score. Some other outliers, LeBron's been good, but now he's hurt. As Embiid can't finish, he'll go to the line. Foul on Lopez, his first, team's second. Paul George has been pretty solid this season for OKC, as has Russell Westbrook. John Wall's had a nice season for Washington. Donovan Mitchell with the Jazz, and then Curry, KD, But right now it looks like it's between Harden, Giannis, and Kawhi Leonard. Harden's the best shooter of the 3. Leonard is the best scorer and tied for the best defender. Giannis is tied for the best defender and is the best rebounder. First free throw drops for Embiid. A whole plethora of changes for both sides. Saric, Wilson, Chandler. It's now McConnell, Markelle Fultz, Chandler, Saric, and Embiid for the Sixers. Meanwhile, Malcolm Brogdon, James Ennis, Tony Snell, John Henson join Giannis Antetokounmpo on the floor. So it's the 2 stars, Antetokounmpo and Embiid, with their benches here in a duel with 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here's James Ennis over to Henson. Henson puts it up and finishes. Embiid with a nice defense, but Henson probably a sixth man of the year candidate. Very solid player off the bench. McConnell inside. Embiid the jumper, that's good. 16 of Philly's 23 has come from the 7'2" center in his fifth year out of the Congo. Giannis driving. Can't finish, but he's going to be fouled hard by Saric, and Antetokounmpo will be shooting free throws. And just look at how these two have been dueling so far. Giannis, 8 points, 3 boards, 3 assists, and then 16 points, 5 rebounds for Embiid. We've seen a couple of huge scoring outputs already on Christmas Day in all 3 games. We saw, I believe it was 33 for Curry that led the way for the Warriors, and then 41 for Kyrie Irving. Pardon me, I think it was 37 actually for Kyrie, and then the big 50, 52 for Kawhi Leonard, joining Harden as the only 50-point scorers so far this season. Remember last season, the biggest scorer was C.J. McCollum with 65 in an overtime game. As Embiid heads to the bench, Willie Reed will check in for Philadelphia. Second free throw coming here from Antetokounmpo. He nails it. So it's 26-23. Hi, Jose. 3-point game, 3:52 to go in the first quarter. Fultz, the only starter still in the game right now for Philadelphia. Fultz, McConnell, Saric, Wilson, Chandler, and Reed the 5. As Chandler can't finish, gets the ball back, and he can't finish that time either. Rebound Henson. Here comes Malcolm Brogdon over to Snell. Snell, the jumper, tries to bank the shot home, but he cannot make it too strong. Rebound Dario Saric, and here comes the veteran Sixers point guard T.J. McConnell. 3:20 to go here in the first quarter. It's a 3-point Buck lead. Trying to tie is Saric from 3, but he can't hit. Tony Snell, the former Chicago Bull, the rebound. Bucks hustling about Brogdon. The 14-footer is good, and Milwaukee is up by 5. Now let's just see if Philadelphia's offense collapses with Embiid on the bench. Saric knocks down the shot to make it a 3-point game, but Embiid has scored 16 of their 25. And it's really been the facilitator. Here's Antetokounmpo. Henson sets a screen. Giannis tries to roll around the left. He crosses over, lays it up and in. An easy shot there for Antetokounmpo, who's now got 12 points. And it's 30-25 Milwaukee. Fultz met by Ennis between the circles. Antetokounmpo now over to Saric. Saric on the right side. Ennis with the defense. Inside Chandler. Chandler backing in. Fader along the baseline. He sticks it. The veteran Wilson Chandler making the nice shot there. But look at the Bucks. 12 for 17 from the field here in the first quarter. That is incredible. That's about 70%, I think, actually, from the field. So, very nice start for them as Brogdon finds Henson. Back to Brogdon. Brogdon makes it. Make it 13 for 18 now, and it's 32-27 Milwaukee. Under 2 minutes now left in the first quarter. Fultz calling for the ball. McConnell, guarded by Ennis, now finds on the right side Saric. Markelle Fultz is wide open for 3 right now. Nobody's even looking at him as Chandler backs in, trying to make it happen himself, and he does. Another nice fader from Wilson Chandler. That's 6 points for the veteran. 32-29. Antetokounmpo over to Snell. Brogdon thinks about the 3, decides better of it, now rolls towards the middle. Inside Antetokounmpo. Giannis fader. That's good. Both teams really shooting well. Sixers right around 50%, and then 14 for 19 now, Milwaukee. Fultz over to Saric. This could surely be a high-scoring game here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. Under a minute now on the first quarter. McConnell shakes and bakes on Giannis. Can't hit. Henson the rebound. Here comes Milwaukee. Ennis driving to the basket. Throws it down with the right hand. 75% from the field now. 15 for 20 for Milwaukee in the first quarter. Ennis takes it himself and makes it a 7-point Buck lead. Philly has a chance for a 2-for-1 here. They're going to have to get a shot up, though, in the next few seconds. Saric with Antetokounmpo draped all over him. Chandler loses it twice, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Willie C., and Milwaukee takes possession with 28 seconds on the clock. Changes here as Dellavedova is going to come in for James Ennis. Brogdon's going to shift to shooting guard. Hey, Christian. Tony Snell with it. 4-second separating shot and game clock. Snell over to Brogdon. Brogdon inside. Antetokounmpo spinning on Saric. Throws Henson. Henson shot no good. Saric the rebound. They got to hustle though. Only 6 seconds. Will we see a buzzer beater? McConnell over to Fultz in the corner. A three, no good. Rebound Dellavedova, and that's going to end the first quarter. A great first quarter for Milwaukee. 15 of 21 from the field. 36-29 the score. Giannis and Embiid dueling through one quarter. We'll be back in a moment here on WUB Network, America's sports leader. Let's hear what J.J. Redick had to say.
Both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously, that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that
Yeah, Redick a big fan of his time at Duke, especially since he's one of the few Duke players who actually spent the whole 4 years and wasn't just one and done, like next year's prospects, R.J. Barrett and Zion Williamson. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Willie Reed out there with Chandler, Saric, Fultz, and McConnell. Saric backing it on Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo with the block. And now it's bouncing around. Brogdon's going to secure it. Brogdon over to Dellavedova in the corner. Back to Brogdon. Antetokounmpo working on Saric. Spins, drives, and an easy lay-in for the Greek Freak. 16 points now for Giannis Antetokounmpo on 78% shooting. And the Bucks have their biggest lead. They're up by 9. McConnell inside to Saric. Dario Saric getting free as McConnell. He thinks about the three, decides better of it. So it's McConnell with it. Drives, shot as the shot clock expires. Can't hit. Giannis the rebound. It's Giannis, Henson, Brogdon, Snell, and Dellavedova for Milwaukee. As that shot is good, and it's an 11-point game.
that makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Wilson Chandler with it. Over to Reed, now back to McConnell. Sixers trying to get back going, and as I said, Embiid on the bench, and the offense is falling apart, and now McConnell loses the ball. Snell with the steal, a 3-on-2 break. Snell shields the defense. Brogdon in the corner, wide open for three. He makes the shot, and the Bucks lead by 14 now. It's 43-29. Embiid still on the bench. They're going to need him to get back in soon. Fultz over to Willie Reed. Back to McConnell. McConnell to Reed inside Saric. Saric puts it up. No good. Giannis the rebound. It's been almost 4 minutes since the last Sixers points. And during that time, the Bucks have remained red hot. Giannis over to Snell in the corner. That's Brogdon. Brogdon makes Fultz miss. Now dribbles in a little. Backs out. 5 to shoot. Brogdon spinning. Shot is no good. Rebound Willie Reed. I don't know what TJ McConnell was doing there. He almost gave himself an 8-second violation. Simmons and Covington getting ready to check back in for Philadelphia. Amir Johnson, J.J. Redick also at the scorer's table. Embiid remains on the bench. Here comes Chandler. Back to Saric. In the corner, that's Fultz, a 3. No good. Rebound on Antetokounmpo. Brett Brown needs to call timeout here if the Bucks score. They do not want this getting out of hand. Brogdon inside on Antetokounmpo. Posting up Saric. No good. Rebound Chandler. Nice defense there from Dario Saric. Chandler over to Markelle Fultz. Back to McConnell. McConnell thinks about the three, decides better of it inside Wilson Chandler, who is carrying the offense right now. 6 points now for Chandler, and it's 43-31. Giannis has been in the game since the opening tip. They're definitely going to want to give him a rest soon as he finds Henson. Back to Brogdon. Now Dellavedova. Snell. Nice passing here by Milwaukee as Giannis gets inside and lays it in. 45-31. Brett Brown calls timeout with 8:28 to go here in the first half. So remember, at 1 o'clock today, I will be doing the 600 subscriber Q&A. All the questions I was already asked, I will be answering, so be sure to check that out. A lot of other videos on the way in the next couple weeks. And the Progressive Cup Series race at Atlanta, couple laps in, so making progress. It's slow, but yes, progress is being made. Bunch of changes for both sides. We'll update you on them in a moment. So Amir Johnson's out there with Ben Simmons. Embiid is out there with Redick and Robert Covington. Then it's Bledsoe, Dellavedova, Lopez, Ilyasova, and Middleton for the Bucks. Here's J.J. Redick driving inside. Embiid right back in the game. First shot, first miss, but he gets the rebound. Can't make either, though. Rebound, Brook Lopez. They need Embiid on his game. They also need Ben Simmons, Redick. Everybody to step up as Bledsoe gets room, can't finish, rebound Covington. Here comes J.J. Redick the other way, leading the charge for the Sixers along the baseline. Redick's going to lose the ball, Dellavedova the steal. Delly back to Lopez. Now it's Bledsoe who thinks about the three, decides better of it. Came over in a big trade early last season for Greg Monroe. As Monroe went to Phoenix, Bledsoe came over from the Suns. As an ice screen set there by Lopez. Bledsoe, the fader over Embiid, no good. Ben Simmons grabs the rebound. He'll lead the charge the other way. Here comes Ben Simmons with it. Inside Embiid. Embiid posting up Lopez, he finishes. 18 points here for Embiid, and it's 45-33. Delly back to Bledsoe. Bledsoe, what a dribble move there, but he can't finish. Amir Johnson with the rebound, and here comes Philadelphia under 7 minutes here in the first half. Simmons with people all over him. Embiid finishes again. Joel Embiid, 20 points here, and we still got 6:45 left in the second quarter. Inside Ilyasova finishes. So Ersan Ilyasova on the board now, and the Bucks lead goes back up to 12. Redick over to Johnson. Johnson inside Simmons. Simmons, hook shot. Strong, and he hits. Simmons, who had a nice game against the Raptors with 14 points and 10 assists, starting to figure things out here, and they're back within 10 as we near the halfway point in the second quarter. Ilyasova back to Bledsoe. Bledsoe guarded by Simmons. Bledsoe moves inside. Ilyasova left wide open for three, but he misses. Joel Embiid the rebound. Here comes J.J. Redick. Redick, bounce pass inside Ben Simmons. Simmons finishes. And back within single digits now off the assist from J.J. Redick are the 76ers. Here's Eric Bledsoe with it, guarded by Ben Simmons. Back to Middleton. Now Bledsoe top of the key. 10 to shoot now for the Bucks. I think Joe Prunty might need to call timeout soon as Lopez knocks it down. A big shot there. Brett Brown is going to call timeout. Surprising right there. I guess he just wants to try to block the Bucks from any sort of momentum. So we're at 5:23 left in the second quarter. Final Christmas game here. It's 49-39. The Bucks leading the Philadelphia 76ers. Let's see if there's any changes. Yes, James Ennis is going to check in for Matthew Dellavedova. Philadelphia staying with the same five. Giannis still on the bench for the Bucks after playing the first 16 minutes of the game. Here comes Simmons. Simmons lays it up. Too strong. Rebound Lopez. Bledsoe over to Chris Middleton. Middleton can hit from way downtown, so they got to keep an eye on him. So can Lopez. A couple of surprising threats from long range. James Ennis tries one from deep, can't hit. Ilyasova the rebound, bounces about 5 times and then falls. And it's a 51-39 lead for Milwaukee. So here comes J.J. Redick up the floor for the Sixers. Inside, Amir Johnson. Johnson at the low block, guarded by Ilyasova. 8 to shoot, back to Covington now. Here's Redick. Embiid tries to set a screen. Redick gets around a double team. Jumper from right at the free throw line, no good. Rebound, Ersan Ilyasova. 4:19 left here in the second quarter. Middleton over to Bledsoe. Bledsoe gets around Simmons. Somehow, no, he can't hit actually. I thought he was going to make one around Simmons and Embiid. Ben Simmons with the rebound goes to coast. Kicks in the corner. Redick for 3. No, Embiid cleans up the mess with the slam. 22 points for Joel Embiid, and the Sixers are down by 10. Third player here in the Christmas games to get over 20 points in the first half. Kyrie Irving at 22 for the Celtics against Minnesota. 25 for Kawhi Leonard and his 52-point output against the Wizards. As Bledsoe can't hit, rebound Johnson. Oh, he loses it. Lopez grabs it, and the Bucks reset. That is something Philadelphia cannot afford to do here as they trail by double digits in the second quarter. Ennis gets around the screen, drives, blocked by Embiid. Joel Embiid swats it out of here. Here comes Robert Covington, slowed up by Ennis. Here's Simmons, back to J.J. Redick. Ben Simmons with it. Simmons does not want to take the 3. You know he's going to try to work it inside. He does, and he can't finish, though. Brook Lopez with a nice defense, and he gets the rebound. Here comes Ennis, guarded by Covington on the left side. Shields the defense and throws it down. He shredded right through and got to the basket for the two-handed jam. 53-41 now. 2:42 to go in the first half. Here's Embiid, guarded by Middleton. That's a huge mismatch. Back to Redick. Embiid sets the screen. Redick can roll. Mid-range jumper is good for one of the best spot-on shooters in the league. Here's Bledsoe with it. Screen set there by Lopez. Now back to Ilyasova. Bounce pass inside. Brook Lopez trying to post up Embiid. The fader is good. Brook Lopez hits. Just showing how much more range this man has. 4 of 4 from the field. 10 points, 8 rebounds, and a block. Easily on pace for a nice double-double in this one is Lopez. 2 minutes here in the quarter. Simmons gets around. Easy layup. He makes it look a little more fancy than it had to be, but he still makes it anyway. 8 points from Simmons. They've all been from within the paint. And it's 55-45. This game has stayed between about an 8 and a 14-point game since Embiid came in. As Bledsoe, another nice jumper, and the Bucks are still red hot. Bledsoe had a nice 21-point output in Friday's loss to the Hornets. Simmons over to Covington. Inside Embiid. Embiid working on Ilyasova. The shot is good for Joel. Trust the process. 24 points here in the first half. Here comes Bledsoe. Simmons is going to foul him. He can't finish, and he'll go to the line. Second foul on the third-year man at LSU. Almost got the three-point play opportunity, but 2 free throws for one of the best free throw shooters in the league. First one falls, a whole bunch. So it's now Fultz, McConnell, Saric, Reed, and I believe Wilson Chandler for Philadelphia. Yes. Giannis is back in. As second free throw missed there by Bledsoe. Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's him, Henson, Bledsoe, Ennis, and Brogdon on the floor for the Bucks here for the final minute of the first half. Here comes Fultz to the basket, lays it up, draws the contact on Ennis, and Markelle Fultz will go to the line. Fultz with a nice drive there, saw the open lane. Smart play there by the point guard. Now let's see if he can shoot these free throws. Not a great shooter. First one goes. For some reason, he started fading back there, but I don't know. Anyway, he makes it as Tony Snell's going to check in for Bledsoe. Brogdon shifts to the 1, and I guess James Ennis will shift to shooting guard to get Snell into his natural small forward position. 55 seconds here in the first half. Fultz blows the second free throw, so it's a 10-point game. Each team goes 1 of 2 from the line on these possessions. Brogdon back to Henson. Henson guarded by Willie Reed, who's all over him. Over to Brogdon. Brogdon trying to work in on Fultz. 5 to shoot. Brogdon loses it. He's got to put a shot up. He does as the shot clock expires. Can't hit, though. Reed corrals the miss. 7 seconds separate shot and game clock. Here comes McConnell inside. Back to Fultz. Fultz throws it right into the hands of Giannis. Snell on the fast break. Fouled hard by Fultz. And he'll go to the stripe for a pair with 16 seconds. Fultz not happy with somebody. I don't know who Fultz is yelling at, though. Fultz looked like he was yelling at Malcolm Brogdon, but I don't know what about. So 2 free throws coming here for Tony Snell. First one, no good. Second one does rattle home, so it's an 11-point lead for the Bucks. This could have gotten much more out of hand. Joel Embiid is just carrying the Sixers team right now. He has half their points. Final seconds here of the second quarter. 5 seconds. McConnell's got to work on something. He finds Chandler. Chandler steps into a long 2. No good. Rebound Giannis. And that's halftime. A great first half from Giannis and the Bucks. A great team effort for the boys in green and black. And Milwaukee leads it 59-48. Let's send it to David Aldridge.
Thank you. Here with Brett Brown. Now, Coach, it seemed like you guys came out a little flat. How do you get some energy for the second half?
You just got to go with the people that have energy. I feel like we are not the aggressors. We have to do whatever we're going to do through our defense, and so far it's been good.
Brett, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, well, not too happy is Brett Brown. He's got some work to do as we head to the second half. First, let's send it to the 2K halftime report.
It's the 2K Sports halftime show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 steals. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
The Greek super freak making his presence felt. A frame built for the game of basketball. With his length and athleticism, there's nothing he can't do. That's right, Ernie. 6'11" point guard. Wow.
And Kenny, your take on Philadelphia.
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you can scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Well, the story we had getting into the game was Embiid versus Antetokounmpo, the stars of both teams. Hi, B-Man NASCAR. As we get ready to go here in the second half, 59-48 the score. Before we get into the game, let's just take a quick look at the stats. So, first off, what a first quarter we saw. 71% shooting for the Bucks. Faded a little in the second quarter, but still shooting 60% for the game. Still some work to do for the 76ers as we've had guys like Markelle Fultz who have struggled from the field. Same with Sarge, same with Covington, same with Simmons. Embiid has really carried the team, 24 points on 8 rebounds and a block. For the Bucks, though, Giannis has been strong, 18, 8, 4, 2 steals, a block, 8 of 11 from the field, but Lopez a near double-double, Bledsoe's added 8, Brogdon with 7, Ennis with a couple of big dunks off the bench, and it's really been a team effort for Milwaukee as we get ready to go here in the second half. We've had 2 Christmas Day blowouts, we've had 1 overtime thriller, and this is somewhere in the middle right now. As Embiid takes it, he's got half of Philadelphia's points. First shot of the second half is short. Rebound on Antetokounmpo. It's going to be on Antetokounmpo versus Embiid to the basket. Stripped and a steal. Redick. Oh, he had Simmons wide open. I don't know what J.J. Redick did there, pulling back. Markelle Fultz over to Simmons inside Embiid. Embiid posting up, puts it in. 26 points for Embiid. Assist from Ben Simmons. 3 assists now for Ben Simmons, and it's 59-50. Here's Bledsoe. Antetokounmpo. Spinning, fading. Shot up is no good. Rebound Ben Simmons. Here comes Markelle Fultz. Fultz over to Simmons. Simmons. He's got Fultz open for 3 right now, but he's going to do it himself, and it's going to be a 3-second violation on Simmons, the ball handler, and Milwaukee will take possession. Those types of mistakes just cannot happen. As you see, Embiid's very solid Christmas performance so far. Trust the process. He's here, he's healthy, and now the Sixers, after a nice campaign last season, finishing just 2 games under 500, have gotten things really firing on all cylinders. Middleton, a deep 3. I told you about his long distance ability, and when you talk about long distance, very long distance, but he couldn't make that one. Fultz inside Embiid again, Joel Embiid. It's a 7-point game, 28 for Joel Embiid. Here's Antetokounmpo. Lopez trying to get free right now. Nice screen set there by Brook as Giannis' jumper is good. Giannis has had 3 40-point games this season. He's got 20 now, 8 from the mid-range. Those were 2 of them. First points of the second half there for the Bucks. 2 minutes into the second half now. It's a 9-point game as Simmons works inside on Ersan Ilyasova. Nice defense from Ersan, and Simmons can't finish. Lopez the rebound. Here comes Antetokounmpo. Giannis spins, puts it up. Circuit shot doesn't go. Simmons the defensive effort. Lopez can't hit. Giannis gets the rebound, and now they'll reset. Antetokounmpo, deep shot, long 2 in the deep right corner is good. 22 points for the Greek Freak, and it's 63-52 Bucks. So remember, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Also, be sure to like the video. We've got many more coming in the next couple weeks. We've got the live Q&A as well coming at 1 o'clock today. So here comes Fultz to the basket. The floater is good from Markelle Fultz, and it's 63-54 here. First bucket for Fultz, who had missed his first 3 shots from the field. He's now got 3 points. Now, really, it's Philadelphia's defense that has to step up. Giannis is going to be fouled by Simmons. That's now 3 on Ben Simmons, so start keeping an eye on him. And that'll send the Greek Freak to the line for a pair. First free throw is good. 23 points for Antetokounmpo, including all 5 Bucks points here in the second half. Both dropped for Giannis, and now it's a 65-54 game. Problem is, Philadelphia found themselves in that big hole early in the second quarter, and they just haven't been able to cut into the deficit. Now, Brett Brown is going to use another timeout to try to get the Sixers firing on all cylinders here. It's a lot of work to do. Philadelphia's defense, they can't foul. Simmons is already in foul trouble. They got to be careful with the fouling, but they just got to be more strong. They can't allow... They got to maybe even double-team Giannis. Middleton has been off, so maybe you could leave him open a little. But Ilyasova's been way off, too. So there is the opportunity to double-team on Antetokounmpo. And they got to keep an eye on Bledsoe because he is getting easy passes and easy shots up as well. So Ben Simmons with it. Still the same guys on the floor for both teams. As Fultz steps into a 3, can't hit. Rebound Brook Lopez, and here come the Bucks. Out-rebounding Philadelphia 9 are Milwaukee Bucks, as the Bledsoe, guarded by Fultz. On the left side, Bledsoe works inside, lays it up. Fultz wasn't planted. He draws his second foul, and Bledsoe will shoot free throws. Bledsoe's been strong for this team. 8 points in this game, but just 3 of 8 from the field, make it 9 as he hits the first and makes it a 12-point game. Second one also falls, so now the Bucks are back up by 13 points here with 8:32 to go in quarter number 3. Fultz over to Redick in the corner. Back to Embiid. Joel Embiid over to Redick. Redick fighting for it with Middleton. He hangs up to the ball. 5 to shoot. Redick tries to bank one home. That doesn't fall. Rebound on Antetokounmpo. Here he comes on the break. Giannis is going to be fouled. Another Sixer foul. This time it's on Robert Covington. Already 3 quick fouls here in the third quarter. And Giannis will shoot free throws. Sixers are going to be killing themselves with these fouls. First free throw misses. 24 points, 10 rebounds on 10 of 15 shooting for the Greek Freak. Really showing why he is a big MVP candidate. As Middleton heads to the bench, Matthew Dellavedova will check in for Milwaukee. Missing both free throws, a bit of a rarity, so the Sixers get a lucky break there. As here comes Simmons over to Fultz. Fultz inside Embiid. Embiid posting up Bledsoe. This should be easy, but Bledsoe playing great defense. Forces the miss, but Embiid comes back with the putback slam. 30 points for Joel Embiid. He's got 30 of Philly's 56, but they still trail by 11. Antetokounmpo guarded by Robert Covington. Lopez sets the screen. Giannis with the crossover. Gets inside. Layup is good after the long time on the back iron. It falls. Firing the other way. Full court pass. Simmons fouled hard by Dellavedova, and Ben Simmons will go to the stripe. Smart pass right there by Fultz to get it down the court to Ben Simmons. Joe Prunty frustrated with the foul there, as Simmons will shoot free throws. First one falls for the third-year man. Sixers have gotten much less opportunities at the line. This is only their 7th free throw of the game. The Bucks already have 6 here in the third quarter. So it's still an 11-point game here with 7:20 to go in the third quarter. Philly just not making a dent. They're keeping up with Milwaukee, but they just can't get back into this. Lopez working in on Embiid, and that's the type of plays they'd have to stop. Joel Embiid cannot be overmatched by Brook Lopez. 12 points, 11 rebounds, a double-double now for Brook Lopez. Fultz with it. Inside Covington. Covington over to Ben Simmons. Simmons backs in on Lopez. 5 to shoot for Ben. Coming over with the other shoulder, lays it up and finishes. You see, still 58% shooting for the Bucks. They had that amazing first quarter. Since then, they're just 10 of 29. But still, they're shooting very well. Dellavedova finishes and the foul. Covington picks it up, his second, 4th team foul for the Sixers in less than 6 minutes. And now Delly can make it a 14-point game here at the stripe. And he does. So here's Fultz. Simmons inside. Embiid grabs it. Embiid the jumper, no good. Too strong. Ilyasova the rebound. Here comes Matthew Dellavedova, about to hit the halfway point here in quarter number 3. Giannis guarded by Ben Simmons. Oh, Simmons knocks it away. Antetokounmpo recovers and gets it out to Bledsoe. 6 to shoot. Bledsoe works inside, kicks out Delly. Delly, three-pointer, no good. Rebound Embiid. Double-double now for Embiid, 30 points, 10 rebounds. Here's Redick. Bounce pass to Fultz, almost knocked away by Bledsoe. Fultz now gets it back, charges to the basket, layup is good. 5 points now for Markelle Fultz as he makes his second field goal. It's now 74-62. Dellavedova guarded by Redick. Delly works inside, kicks back Bledsoe. Bledsoe guarded by Fultz. Bledsoe working hard to get inside. Stripped and stolen by Markelle Fultz. Here comes Philadelphia. Fultz on the break to Redick. Redick, three-pointer is good. A big 3 there for Philadelphia, and they're back within 9. And a smart timeout called there by Joe Prunty, showing his coaching knowledge as he tries to stop this momentum right away for the Sixers. But now 5:02 left in the third quarter. 74-65, the Bucks lead the Sixers. NBA Christmas Day here on WUB Network, America's sports leader.
You know, great for the trick. It wasn't so much a critique of Fultz. You know, Boston had a playmaker already, and they
Bunch of chances for both sides.
stayed in the number one spot. And listen, the Sixers
McConnell, Chandler, Reed, Fultz, and Saric for Philly. Antetokounmpo, Dellavedova, Henson, Ennis, and Brogdon for the Bucks as Antetokounmpo hits. I believe that's 26 for Giannis. Let's just get an official check on that. No, 28, 10 rebounds, 4 assists versus the 30-10 game from Embiid. This has been a fun battle to watch. We knew these two would carry their teams today. Saric working on Giannis. Can't finish. Now let's see if Philly's offense just shuts off now that Embiid's out of the game. Last 9 points for the Sixers have actually been scored by others as Deli can't hit. Rebound, Willie Reed. Here comes McConnell with it for the Sixers, guarded by Dellavedova. Fultz straight on 3. Can't hit. Rebound, John Henson. 3-pointers have just been ugly for Philly in this one. As the alley-oop to Giannis from Deli doesn't work, Dellavedova threw that one a little too far, and now stolen by Fultz, and it's a 2-on-2 break. Fultz to the basket, lays it up and in. 7 points now for Markelle Fultz as he stripped the ball away from Brogdon. Antetokounmpo came with the charge but couldn't get up high enough for the block. 76-67. Now that was good basketball IQ there by Fultz, knowing to float it up high so Antetokounmpo couldn't get a hand on it. That's good court awareness and just awareness of the situation and the team you're playing. As Antetokounmpo working inside, and it's going to actually be traveling for the second time on the Greek Freak. As we look at the Eastern Conference standings, Washington, Toronto, Indy, Boston. Then it's these teams at 5 and 6. Then the Hawks and Brooklyn are 7 and 8 at the moment. Now, teams that made the playoffs last season that are out of it, 1, 2, 3, and 5 in the seeding last season. The Cavs, the Hornets, the Heat, and the Magic are all out. Magic, no way they're making it. Neither are the Cavs. Probably not the Hornets either. They've stepped back a little. The Heat, though, bit of a surprise as Chandler chucks up the 3 as the shot clock expires and can't hit. Antetokounmpo corrals the miss. But there's still work to be done for those teams as Ennis can't hit. Heat, though, we'd expect them to be much higher. As Fultz again on the run, he's going to be fouled by Antetokounmpo hard, and Markelle Fultz will go to the stripe. But, you know, a lot of work to be done for some of those teams, and it's just such a surprise of the turnover we've seen. As you look at blocks per game this season, the Bucks are 5th, you know, with Antetokounmpo, Henson, Lopez, you'd expect that. Raptors are 1st, and I mean, when you have Kawhi, Ibaka, and Jonas Valanciunas all in your starting lineup at the same time, you know that's going to happen. And other blockers like Lucas Najera, Pascal Siakam, and Donatas Motijunas all off the bench. First free throw falls for Fultz to make it an 8-point game. A nice quarter here for Fultz, who's got 7 points, adding some more and taking some of the offensive load away from the process. That one falls as well. 7-point game. This is the closest Philly has been to Milwaukee since early in the second quarter. Antetokounmpo over to Henson. Henson down low, almost knocked into his own basket by Saric. Fortunate that didn't fall. Anyway, McConnell now has it. TJ McConnell with it over to Chandler. Wilson Chandler was shooting well earlier on in the game, but has faded. Step back. Nice move by Chandler, and he finishes. 8 points now for Chandler with his 4th bucket, and now it's a 5-point game, 76-71 with 2:28 to go here in the third quarter. Antetokounmpo, guarded by Saric. Now it's Henson. Back to Giannis. Giannis spins, puts it up. What a floater by Giannis off the 360. 30 points for Antetokounmpo. Assist there by Henson. Chandler inside Saric. Mismatch. Saric steps back on Antetokounmpo. Almost wedgied that into the side of the basket. Here comes Ennis with it. Still, the rebounding is dominant. Plus 12 for the Bucks overall. Here's Brogdon, almost stripped by McConnell, 8 to shoot. Under 2 minutes now in the third quarter. Brogdon crosses over McConnell twice. McConnell staying with him. Brogdon the three as the shot clock expires. No good on Antetokounmpo. The rebound finds Henson, who can hit an open one at the basket. He had both big men drawn away to guard on Antetokounmpo, but still couldn't finish. I guess he heard footsteps from behind. Reed over to McConnell in the corner. TJ McConnell dribbles to the left side. Brogdon guarding him. Reed trying to get free. McConnell comes around the screen. Jumper from 12. No good. Rebound on Antetokounmpo. Here comes Brogdon the other way. Brogdon along the right baseline. Stops, pops from 3, too strong, in and out. Rebound Dario Saric. Now McConnell over to Fultz. Fast pace here. Fultz lays it up. No good. Rebound Willie Reed cleans up the mess from right under the basket and puts it in. And it's a 5-point game. Under a minute now here in the third quarter. Brogdon over to Tony Snell. Snell over to Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo pivoting, trying to get free from Saric. Nice pump fake there by Giannis as he drives to the basket, but can't finish it. Sixers can get within a possession here, and if they 2 for 1 it, there's a chance they could come in with a tie game head into the third quarter. Fultz with it. Tipped pass stolen by Antetokounmpo. 6 seconds between shot and game clock here for Milwaukee. They want to score here. And try to find a way maybe to keep Philly from scoring, to keep making a 7 or 8 point game heading into the final quarter. Antetokounmpo inside. Brogdon right at the basket. McConnell couldn't do anything about that. 9 points for Malcolm Brogdon. 80-73, 10 seconds. Philly should hold for a final shot here, but not much to hold as it's down to 5 seconds. Jeez, McConnell has to do something. Fultz from 3. Gets it to go. Nice three-pointer from Fultz. 0.7. And that's going to end the third quarter. Big third quarter from Fultz, Embiid, and the Sixers. Giannis was strong, but the rest of the Bucks struggled. It's 80-76. We're going to have a close game heading into the final quarter of play in the NBA Christmas Day. We'll be back in a moment on WUB Network. It's been a fun game. About the fourth quarter, about ready to begin. Let's just take a look at the quick stats as we get into the final frame. Giannis, 30 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block. You can't ask for anything better from him. Lopez with 12, Bledsoe with 10. Then off the bench, Brogdon with 9, Ennis with 4 nice points and 2 assists. Embiid's got 30 points, 10 rebounds. We know he's carrying the load for the Sixers, but 12 points, 4 assists, and 3 steals for Markelle Fultz. Meanwhile, Ben Simmons has 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and a block. Wilson Chandler with 8 off the bench. Redick with a clutch 3 to start the run. So now it's a 4-point game. Bucks have led by as many as 14 in this one. So it's Giannis Antetokounmpo out there with Middleton, Henson, Snell, and Brogdon as he can't hit the floater. Saric, Chandler, Fultz, Amir Johnson, and I believe Robert Covington are the 5 for Philadelphia. A mixed bag of players in there for both sides. Here's Covington with it. Double team comes. Covington gets around it. Jumper just in front of the free throw line. No good off the back iron. Too strong. Rebound Henson. Here comes Chris Middleton. Middleton step back Jay from the left corner. No good. Rebound Snell. Gets hounded by the Sixers, and Amir Johnson just rips it right out of his hands. Here's Fultz with it. Screen set by Johnson. Fultz trying to get some room. Throws it inside Chandler. I don't know what that pass was, though, because that was an easy steal for Snell. Snell up to Middleton. Middleton floats it home, and it's a 6-point lead. 11 minutes to go here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. Fultz over to Chandler. Chandler back to Covington. Covington straight on 3. No good. That would have gotten them within 3 points. 6-point game now. Brogdon guarded by Fultz. Henson guarded by Amir Johnson on the right side. Thinks about the long jumper. Decides better of it. 8 to shoot. Brogdon Bucks got to move around here. They only got 5 to shoot. Brogdon works inside. Jumper, no good. Henson, the rebound, and gets it to go. A really bad possession for the Bucks, but they got lucky with points there. Still shooting 52% from the field, but that gap, that massive gap in the first quarter between like 71 and like 40 has really changed. Chandler blocked right in his face by Middleton. Chris Middleton says no. Brogdon driving back Middleton. Middleton can't hit the three though. Both teams have been absolutely putrid from long range in this one. Brook Lopez at the scorer's table for the Bucks. Chandler the three-pointer. No good. Rebounded the Greek Freak, his 16th board. 47-33. That's the advantage on the rebounds for Milwaukee. Here's Snell with it. 9:32 to go here in the final frame. Bucks leading by 8. Giannis. Nice screen set on Antetokounmpo, the jumper. That's good, and the lead is back to double digits. Timeout, Brett Brown. 32 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo, 16 rebounds, 5 assists. And after the Sixers had gotten it back within 3 points, the Bucks have come out strong here in the final quarter. Now, I think Embiid has to come back in, and it looks like he's in now. Markelle Fultz heads to the bench after a very nice tenure in the game. So Covington, Simmons, Fultz, Saric, and Embiid are the 5 for Philly. Bucks now going with Bledsoe, Ilyasova. They're starters. Bledsoe, Lopez, Middleton, Ilyasova, and Antetokounmpo. Fouled on the shot, and he'll go to the line for a pair. Ilyasova picks up the foul, and Ben Simmons will go to the stripe for a pair. Can't be missing free throws at this point. Fultz has missed a couple bad ones. Covington missed a bad one. Now Simmons completely short on this one. Second one falls, so it's a 9-point game now with 9:08 to go. Sixers have put up a nice fight, but I just don't think, like I said, there's still holes in this team. If they couldn't put up a fight in that one game against Boston, Toronto they were short against, Milwaukee, and the road gets tougher games against the Wizards, Warriors, Rockets, and Jazz. 4 best records in the NBA. And the Raptors, the 5 best records in the NBA, all in the next month. As Redick stolen by Middleton, here he comes inside on Antetokounmpo, puts it up and in over Covington, and it's an 11-point lead. That's 34 for the Greek Freak, having a huge MVP-type performance here in a national game. Simmons over to Covington. They got to get it to Embiid. But Lopez brings the defense. Covington, now Embiid takes it. Embiid somehow drives on Lopez and is going to be fouled in the act of shooting. First one falls. 31 points for Joel Embiid. Scored 24 in the first half, but has been silent since. Embiid can't hit. Antetokounmpo. Over to Middleton inside. Jan strong. And got hit. Not happy with the call, and he's slow to get up. And now stolen by Lopez. Giannis was just waiting on the other side of the court and throws it down in the foul. Hijack. As, my goodness, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I just noticed that in the chat, actually. So changing your name to T-Series to get subscribers, that's actually a pretty smart idea. But anyway, Giannis will get 2 free throws, but what a play there by Antetokounmpo. Unhappy with the no call, just waits at the other end of the court. Middleton and Lopez steal the ball for him. He gets the dunk, can't make the free throw though, but still, nice play there. 12-point game. Stolen by Bledsoe. Philly falling apart here in the fourth quarter, just completely falling apart at the seams. As Bledsoe hits, and it's a 14-point game, and that ties Milwaukee's biggest lead. Look at that. Both point guards, Bledsoe and Fultz, each have 12 points on 4 of 10 shooting. Now, just work needs to be done here by Philadelphia to get back into this. Joel Embiid really needs to go off here. Embiid stuffed by Lopez for a second. Covington after the nice screen from Embiid. Covington the long two, no good. Sarge tries to tip it in, but that's too strong. Somehow a lazy tip in was too strong there anyway. Bucks can take their biggest lead of the game here with 7:13 to go. Giannis, 38 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He could get to 40 easily. Can he get to 50? This is going to be fun to see as Saric lays it up. That's no good. Remember, the Sixers fought all the way back to make this a 3-point game. Now the Bucks are absolutely blowing them away. Saric having an awful game shooting. As Bledsoe the fader, no good. Rebound Saric. Here comes Ben Simmons. Embiid calling for it, but Lopez brings some nice defense. Back to Redick, they'll reset. JJ Redick has not gotten many touches on offense, which is kind of weird. And Saric, Saric is just doing horrible right now. Now Giannis on the break. Giannis Antetokounmpo with the backhanded slam. 40 points for the Greek Freak, an MVP performance. And the Bucks lead by 18 now. Fans going wild here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center, but Embiid gets free and throws it down. Look at that. 33 points for Embiid. The rest of the team is 47. Embiid is having a huge game, but the rest of the Sixers have just completely faltered today. Halfway through this final frame now. Lopez back to Middleton. Middleton over to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Screen set by Lopez on Covington. Giannis is going to be fouled, and he'll get 2 more free throws. Embiid is very frustrated with the foul. He's got to be careful not to get a technical. You know, Giannis Antetokounmpo has gotten to that age where he expects to get calls, and where, you know, they do give him a lot of calls these days. 40 points, 17 rebounds. What a game, though, from the Greek Freak. Making 41, 18 of 27 from the field. Embiid, 14 of 23 with 33 points. As Sarge sits down, Fultz comes in. Simmons shifts from point guard to power forward. Yes, he can do that because he is elite ball handler. As Antetokounmpo hits both, it's now an 18-point lead with 5:48 to go, and this game is looking like the Bucks won to win. Still a chance, though, for Philadelphia. As Fultz fades, can't hit, rebound Ilyasova. Bucks can make it a 20-point lead here. What a quarter here. As Giannis again, no good, nice defense from Embiid. 42 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Screens being set everywhere, trying to get somebody open. Watch out for Fultz, though, because he was very strong in the third quarter. And Redick has done little to nothing so far. Redick inside Embiid. Embiid backing in on Lopez. Realizes he has to put something up, but hits along the baseline. 35, look at the duel. 35 points for Embiid, 42 for Antetokounmpo. Old school NBA with the big men dueling. Giannis makes people miss, and it's going to be another travel on Antetokounmpo. He can't believe it. That's the third time he's been caught shuffling the feet. And here's Philadelphia. Fultz over to Ben Simmons. So Embiid's going to be fouled. That's Lopez third. So they could each end up with 40 points, Embiid and Antetokounmpo. Embiid now at 35 on 15 of 25 shooting. Misses the first free throw. 12 rebounds. He needed some more rebounds, though. That game where he carried them against Boston, remember he had 28 rebounds and 42 points. That is an elite performance. Just didn't have that much today. And playing against the Greek Freak, it's not easy. Second one falls for Embiid to make it 98-83. So 18-7 run since it was 80-76 late in the third quarter as Bledsoe can't hit, Embiid the rebound. So the Sixers putting one last-ditch effort in, but just as we say that, a steal by Giannis finds Lopez. Lopez out to Bledsoe. Just about 4 minutes left here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. Bledsoe, the crossover, the three. No good. Rebound Simmons. Here comes Redick. Inside Fultz. Fultz puts it up and in, and it's a 13-point game with 4 minutes to go. How badly are both teams shooting from 3, though? Because we've seen a lot of misses. Wow. 3 for 13 for the Bucks, 4 of 15 for the Sixers. So, not really big three-point shooting games for either side. But then again, these are not three-point shooting teams. Antetokounmpo to the basket, lays it up and in. 44 points for Antetokounmpo. 19 of 27 from the field. Trying to have his 4th game of 20-plus made shots. And this is his 4th 40-point game of the season, as Covington misses the triple. Here comes Bledsoe. Bledsoe inside. Fouled hard by Fultz. Big collision. Looks like they're both all right. That's the 3rd foul on Fultz. Now Fultz screaming at somebody on the sidelines. Markelle Fultz is having a wild evening here. Bledsoe's just been way off today. 4 of 13, only 1 of 3 from 3. And now I believe just either 2 of 5 or 3 of 5 from the line. Knocks down the second, though, so it's 101-85. So that was a great trade, though, Milwaukee made. So Giannis has another star around him on the team. Someone who can carry a team in the case that Giannis was having a bad game or was hurt. Redick puts it in. Nice shot there by J.J. Redick. So Philly putting in the fight, but it's just looking like not enough. They've had trouble getting back into games this season, and today is no different after the big second quarter from the Bucks. Bledsoe working inside. Yes. Bledsoe now with 15 points. It's 103-87. Timeout Brett Brown, 2:48 on the clock. Now let's see, will they pull the starters? I don't know, actually. We could see them pull some starters, but just an amazing game for both Giannis and Joel Embiid. Antetokounmpo, 44 points, 17 rebounds, 5 assists. That is MVP numbers. We talked about how it's between him, Harden, and Leonard right now for that MVP. And this is one of those games where he asserted his dominance. 4th 40-point game of the season for Giannis. 4th 15-rebound game for Giannis. 2nd 40-point 15-rebound game of the season. Starters still staying in. No changes for either side. 2:48 to go. 16-point game. Sixers might just have to start chucking up some three-pointers. Fultz. Redick gets free. Redick the 3. No good. Rebound Lopez. Here comes Antetokounmpo. You know, Giannis wants to get to 50. You just know he's never gotten to 50 points. He's got to 48 twice. Once this season. Giannis gets free. 7 to shoot. Oh, he can drive here and lay it up. And actually, he's going to throw it down. I thought that was going to be a layup, but he throws it down with the right hand. 20 of 30 from the field. 46 points for the Greek Freak. Get ready for the MVP chance coming soon if he gets to the line or something. Fultz inside, Embiid. Embiid can't finish. Thought he was hit, but he wasn't. Lopez with the rebound. Here comes Bledsoe over to Middleton. Middleton wide open for 3. It's a 21-point game with 1:54 to go. Remember, this was a 4-point game heading into the final frame, and now Sixers struggling mightily. Bucks are absolutely going off. Simmons, foul line, Ilyasova. Simmons hits the free throw and 1, but that might be it for some of the starters. Simmons with a nice bucket there. Nope, Giannis is staying in. They want to get him his 50 points. He's the only starter still in for them. Giannis, Snell, Dellavedova, Henson, and James Ennis. And then Sixers now go with McConnell, Chandler, Amir Johnson, Simmons, and Reed. Dellavedova with it. 90 more seconds. Can Giannis get to 50 and make it 2 50-point scores in one day? Snell's going to chuck a 3. No good. Rebound Ennis. Giannis now with it. Giannis can reset and take this himself. Henson sets the screen. Giannis around the left side. Giannis to the basket. Fouled, but he's going to get free throws and maybe some MVP chance here. 1:15 to go. Yep, here comes MVP chance.
At least the smartest GMs, Kevin, have a great team behind them that gets out there, gathers as much information.
And you know what? He is right up there and might have asserted himself over Harden for second behind Kawhi Leonard right now.
To bring all that information to a general manager,
Fans on their feet for Antetokounmpo.
teams do a great job of
47 for the Greek Freak on Christmas Day. 3 40-point scores in the NBA today. Kyrie Leonard got to 52. Now 47 for him. Simmons to the bench. Is that Tony Allen, the veteran into the game for the Sixers? Yeah, I think so.
Allen's checked in.
48. 110 to 90. He needs 2 more points to get the big 5-0. That's why he's still in the game. That's why he's the only starter still in.
Just a total obliteration, if you will.
Tying his career high with that one is Amir Johnson is kind of open for 3. He's going to feed it inside Chandler. Chandler, the fader from the baseline. That's his signature shot. He's done that maybe 3 times already. And now 53 seconds. Probably 2 more possessions here from Milwaukee. Maybe just 1. Nice behind the back pass. Delhi. You know they want to get it to Giannis. Giannis gets free. Giannis thinks about the 3, decides better of it. Here comes Antetokounmpo. Jumper. No good. Rebound Chandler. That was the chance to get to 50.
You know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game.
So I think he's going to end up at just 48 points.
Able to dice up their D.
Unless he can get a steal. You see him trying to get something.
Everyone else on his team.
But what a game from the Bucks, asserting why they are one of the best teams in the East and proving why there's still stuff to do here for Philly. As a shot clock violation here on Philly, and that's going to be about all she wrote. It's Giannis to the bench. Fans on their feet for Antetokounmpo. 48 points. Came that close to 50 again. Ties his career high. Milwaukee with a great Christmas Day performance as they were going to outlast the Sixers. 110 to 92 the final score. Embiid with a big game, but Giannis was better. And the Sixers fall to 7-6. The Bucks up to 10-6 on the season. Huge crowd here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center, and the Bucks have an easy schedule coming up, so great opportunity to win some more games. What a game for the Milwaukee Bucks. They win it 110 to 92 the final score. Let's send it to David Aldridge.
David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Eric Bledsoe. Eric, a strong performance tonight. What's been the difference?
We get on the transition, trying to get defensive stops. And everybody's just playing their game.
And it showed tonight, Eric. Thanks very much. Back to you.
All right, so thank you, David Aldridge. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast of the NBA. We got more games on the way in a few days. Not right now, though. James Ennis, there he is. He was nice off the bench, but this man was strong. 48 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. A Christmas day to remember. Hope everybody's having a happy holiday. The Christmas Day quadruple header is over as the Bucks win the finale 110 to 92. Final stats, we'll first look at the Sixers. 36 points, 13 rebounds. Nice day for Embiid, averaging 23 and those 13 boards per game. 16, 7, and 5 for Simmons, also in double figures, Fultz and Wilson Chandler on the other side. Before we focused in on Giannis, 15 and 3 assists for Bledsoe. Nice double-double for Brook Lopez. Brogdon, Middleton, Ilyasova, Henson, Ennis all helped out in the cause. Everybody who played scored. Thon Maker missed another game with that injury. Dante DiVincenzo did not appear in the game. Even Tony Allen got to play for Philadelphia. But Giannis, 48 points, 17 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. There's his block right up there. What a game. 20 of 31 from the field. Ties this season high, ties his career high. That's going to be about all the time we have. We'll see you next time here on WUB Network, America's Sports Leader.